Hello, Meoni here. Welcome back to another video, this time talking about patch 7.4 and the upcoming letter from a producer live, part 89. Part 89 then is taking place on the 31st of October, which is this coming Friday at 11 AM GMT, 2200 hours AEDT, and that also works out at 4 AM PDT. So a lot of our American viewers will likely be in bed at that time. I'll be covering this on Friday, usually an hour after the finish of a broadcast. I'll have my full summary up, discussing all of the things as per usual. What can we expect then on this particular live letter? Well, as it says, show details. It says patch 7.4 part 1 of a preview. So there'll be 2 live letters. Presumably the next live letter will be in late November. And then we're looking at probably a release date sometime in December. It does mean that we'll likely have 7.4 raiding in December. Yes, Christmas raiding. Much like we had last year with the Chaotic Alliance raid on the 24th of December. So that kind of sort of range. They also say miscellaneous updates as well and probably promotional things. So what is 7.4 so, exciting for? First of all, of course, we've got our MSQ, which should be our run up towards the lead of the new expansion. Usually 7.5 is the final quest that leads into the expansion. 7.4 then should wrap up all of Dawntrail. This will likely have a full storyline, obviously, as well as a dungeon incorporated with this, and a trial, both a normal and an extreme version of whatever that will be. There'll also be the standard raid, as well as the Savage raid 1 week later from that, for the final part of the Arcadian, which hopefully will be just as exciting as the previous tiers. I've personally loved the Arcadian raid series. It is definitely my favorite in the game so far. I have absolutely loved the battle arena style that they've gone for. So we've got normal and Savage 1 week later from that, so 7.4.1 or whatever. Then we've also got a new Unreal. Sairyu was confirmed to be the last Stormblood Unreal, so presumably this means that we'll be moving towards a Shadowbringers related Unreal. So as to what that could be, anyone's guess, but super excited to see some Shadowbringers stuff back. Obviously Shadowbringers is the gift that keeps on giving, especially with a deep dungeon. It is always nice to go back to those sorts of locations, and I can't wait to see what the boss is. So we've got an Unreal as well. There'll also be the PvP Series 10. This is the Battle Pass system. That's the series, not the season. However, there will also be Season 18 of Ranked Crystalline Conflict, also beginning with that. Means that for the season rewards, we'll likely get a mount and minions and hopefully a glamour or something this time. That would be quite nice. And yeah, that's pretty much the main content to look forward to in 7.4. Additionally, in side content for 7.4 itself, we should get the raid planner system. This will likely be in 7.40 itself. However, it could be a little bit later than that. It might be in one of the mini patches. This is a system that's long been awaited to basically strategize within the game instead of going to external websites like Raid Plan, etc. So you can drag icons around and figure out how best to deal with a fight. And hopefully that comes in time for that of the 7.4 release with the new Savage mode. That's going to be cool. Then there'll also be the Cosmic Exploration, the third moon, the third place that we're going to. So we had the moon, we've had Faena, and 7.4 series should have a new planet. This is something we saw on a graphic a long time ago. This will likely include new Crafter and Gatherer relics, the next stage of those, and it'll likely be one patch after 7.4 itself, so probably 7.45, right? Something like that, as to not collude all of the other content that's coming out in 7.4. Additionally, with 7.4 series, we should see new jobs in Occult Crescent. This includes new battle-related relic stages as well, and this will likely be in the second post-patch as well. So whilst we have the new moon, we'll also likely have the new stage of the relic weapon, as well as new jobs in Occult Crescent. We did a video not long ago talking about what those jobs could be. Effectively, go play Final Fantasy V and take your pick. We could have anything in there. Personally, I'm looking forward to having stuff like Mime, and Necromancer would be high on my list personally. Then we have a new variant mode and criterion, so this will be number 4. We've had 3 of these in previous expansions and content patches before. It was confirmed in an interview that there is going to be a new variant mode. They are talking about using the way that the offering system works in Quantum. So if you've seen Quantum 15 to 40, effectively at the end of a new deep dungeon, the Pilgrim's Traverse, there's a dungeon boss, the floor 99 boss, and you can tailor that to your own difficulty. That is likely going to be used based on feedback with that scaling system for the variant mode. So it's likely we probably will see criterion change dramatically. Hopefully that means that there'll be more rewards for that as well, I would hope, right? But they'll likely pair that up with the Occult Crescent update as well, just to pad that one out. In terms of content beyond that then, we talked a little bit about 7.5 being the last obvious main patch before the expansion, and all that's confirmed so far is Beastmaster, which was confirmed for 7.5 and is supposed to be a new ultimate in 7.5x. There should also be a new cosmic exploration planet in 7.5, somewhere in that series, as well as the final zone for Occult Crescent as well, with new Forked Tower dungeon with multiple difficulties. This will also likely be tailored with the same scaling system. It wouldn't surprise me. Things that have not been confirmed that we could see in this live letter talked about very soon is the Blue Mage update. Remember this expansion at the very start of it at FanFest, they did promise us some Blue Mage updates, so presumably that might be this patch, 7.4 series, or of course it could be 7.5 with Beastmaster as well, although I kind of hope that they sort of spread that out a little bit, because if we have the Blue Mage updates, new levels, new spells, new stuff to do at the same time as Beastmaster, it's going to be a little bit messy. There's also supposed to be some new Gold Saucer updates, whatever that means, as well as housing updates, which is also very unclear at the moment. We are looking forward to 7.4 potentially being the ability to change your interior of whatever size plot you have for your free company or personal plot into this the size of a different plot. So if you have a small house, you can supposedly, if this tech goes in and goes forward the way they explained it, be able to have that small plot from the outside, but when you go inside, you'll be able to presumably use Gil to make it a bit of a TARDIS, right? A Doctor Who reference there for those who don't know, where the inside is bigger than the outside. A lot of people are excited about this because it's housing. We also have probably going to have an increase on the housing placement slots. That's another thing we're excited for. But anyway, that's basically what we should hear about. Probably less of the 7.5 stuff, obviously. That was just a little bit of a, hint as what's to come. But it's likely we see all of the mentioned stuff for 7.4, as well as a little bit of an introduction into, possible Blue Mage updates, housing, stuff like that. Anyway, very excited for this one. It's going to be a very early hours of the morning for people in America, depending on where you live. So I'll be sure to put that video out as soon as possible so you can wake up to having a full summary. Much love. Let me know what you think about 7.4 and if you are going to be watching this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.